Hi everyone, today I'm in with the chickens. It's how we're starting the vlog. I want to show you how applesauce loves me. I can guarantee you that when I open the zipper pocket and put my hand out with some food in it, applesauce will be the first to run to me, okay? They're already curious, they hear my voice. I haven't talked yet since I came in the room. They heard my voice and they're like, oh, mommy's here. So they're all here, but applesauce is already the closest one. The one pecking at the door is applesauce. Applesauce loves me. So let's open the gate first and then I will get my little snacks for them. I'm gonna roll my sleeveys so they don't peck at my clothes. Hi, sweet babies. Good morning. Today is clean your pen day. There's Pink. Oh, hi, applesauce. That's applesauce right on my knee. I don't even have food yet. Applesauce is like, oh, hi, mom. We are literally best friends. And Pink always follows applesauce. Not because Pink loves me, but Pink is always wants to come check on applesauce. Pink loves applesauce. So if applesauce comes to me, Pink's like, oh, I want to see what you're doing. Applesauce loves me. Hi, sweet girl. Hi, babies. And this is miscellaneous here. So we have Pink, miscellaneous, and applesauce, and Big is over there. Pull weed Big. You guys want some food? They have tons of food in here, but they just really like to eat from my hand. Pink is standing on my hand right now. There they go, snacking away. The one thing I'm a little bit scared of though is that where we live, you're not allowed to have roosters. And with chickens, a lot of times you can't tell if they're roosters or hens until they start laying eggs or start cock-a-doodle-dooing. And where we live, we cannot have a rooster. It's literally illegal. And so in that situation, we would find a nice home for roosters if one of them turned out to be a rooster, like a big farm. That's one of the main reasons we got this type of bird. One, they're not as skittish, they're better being handheld and whatever. And also, you're basically almost guaranteed that you're gonna get a hen because the hens are more reddish golden, or golden sex link, I think is what they're called. Anyway, the golden ones are almost guaranteed you're getting a girl, and if they're more white, like a light cream, like a really light color, then they're boys. But I'm starting to doubt if some of these are girls. And we won't know for a while, but like, I'm pretty positive applesauce is a girl because she's got the darkest head and I just know she is. Like, we have a bond. But some of them I'm like, I think there's a possibility you're a rooster. I hope not, I hope I'm wrong, I hope they're all girls, but you know, we'll see what happens. Applesauce, come here. Can you come up on my hand? Thank you. Hey, sweet girl. So this is Applesauce and Pink on me. Pink is closer to the camera. Applesauce is the smallest and she's just so sweet. I can't tell if she's like super friendly because she's just a friendly bird or if she's just dumb and like doesn't understand like that she has predators. Like, cause chickens are typically more skittish because, you know, Applesauce just keeps coming over to me. She's like, are you leaving? Where are you going? Where are you going, Mom? Hi. Right here. Hi, baby. This is Miscellaneous who just jumped out. There's Pink. Hi, Miscellaneous. You're getting brave. Miscellaneous usually isn't like that. Hi, baby girl. Here's little Miss Applesauce, my best friend. Pink's like, what are you doing with Applesauce? Where'd Applesauce go? Pink's so stressed. She's right here. She's right here. She's right here. My mom has always had chicks and chickens, but never when I was growing up. So I've never had chickens like in my household that I've lived in. So this is a first for me. And I've always had lots of pets. Growing up, I had every pet you can think of under the sun. I had cats, obviously lots of cats, lots of dogs, tortoise, mice, guinea pigs, rabbits, rats, an iguana, a tarantula, a snake, doves, finches. I'm sure there's a bunch of other animals I'm forgetting that we had, but we had lots of pets growing up. That's part of the reason now I'm like really intense about pets is one, like I loved having lots of pets growing up. It was a big part of my life, but also I feel like with the amount of research you can do now with pets, like we have access to Google and access to resources to figure out the correct way to take care of animals. And I feel like for me growing up, that wasn't really available. Like you'd have to go to a library and like buy a bunch of books and do your own research that way, which you can do, but it's not very common. So you basically would take the word of the pet store employees. Like you would just listen to whatever they told you to do. Now looking back, I go, oh, that wasn't the right way to treat those animals. Not in a way that like we would hurt them. Obviously, we took as best care of our animals and our pets as we knew how back then. But now looking back, I'm like, oh my gosh, my mice were not in the right size cage. Like they were in the cage that you buy at the pet store, but like it should have been a bigger enclosure. Things like that you realize later as an adult. We just didn't know any better back in the 90s. And so I'm like, oh my God, there's so much more to learn about having pets than just like, oh, I see a cute pet at a pet store, I'm gonna buy it and I want it. There's so much planning and prepping and like learning that goes into having a little animal. And so that's why it stresses me out so much, the idea of getting a new pet. And that's why I'm always like, I want a new cat. One, I love cats, but also because I have 2 Persian cats, I know how to take care of them. Whereas like chickens, it might seem easy. It might seem like, oh, you just have a big chicken coop in the backyard, but like there's a lot of care that goes into them in the first year of their life. They don't lay eggs for at least a year. And that's the other thing. I saw someone on TikTok, because I posted TikTok with the chicks, and someone was like, you better not have just gotten those because Easter's coming up. First of all, I didn't even think about Easter. I didn't even know Easter was coming up. We've been planning for this for like literally months and months and months and months. We didn't know when we were gonna get them until until the pet store finally was like, or not even, it's not even a pet store, it's like a chicken store. They were finally like, okay, we have a batch of chicks coming in on this date. We had to plan it months in advance. Like it wasn't like a, oh, Easter's coming up, better get baby chicks. No, and also why would I just get baby chicks just for Easter when there's so much planning and prep and care that goes into it for like a one-day celebration? Like, no, that's not why we got them. And also they're gonna be in their ugly, no offense guys, don't listen. They're gonna be in their ugly teenage stage when Easter comes around. Like they're not gonna be cute chicks. They're gonna be like a little awkward. Yeah, definitely did not get them for Easter. I completely just forgot what I was talking about. Hold on, I got distracted by that conversation. Something about animals, having them. Oh, so I wanted to make sure I was taking care of them right. And the problem is that I feel like with like cats, dogs, you know, cute little pets like that you think of as like a household pet, I think of like, oh, how cute, it's a personality, I'll become friends with it, it's like a little companion, I get to take care of it. And it's exciting to learn about their likes, their dislikes, their needs, their wants, and to learn how to care for them properly. Like that's exciting. But with chickens, I've always, you know, thought of chickens as just like people have chickens on a farm and they run around outside and they just poop everywhere and they're loud and you get eggs and that's the benefit of chickens. Like I didn't think too much more about them because I never thought of them as a companion, as a friend. And I never thought of them as anything other than just like a bird that lays eggs. But obviously I still wanted to take care of them as best I could. So I did all the research and I'm still doing a lot of research and I'm still learning. What I did not expect was for them to have such distinct personalities. Like I feel like with cats and dogs and like normal things, naively, I've always like thought like, oh, well, these are the animals that have like these huge personalities and whatever. I never thought of a bird. I mean, I knew birds had personalities and that all birds are different and whatever, but like I never really thought of it that deeply of like, oh, it's literally like a cat and a dog, like, or like anything that's living where it's like they all are their own individual little living creature. Maybe I sound really stupid saying this, like everyone's gonna be like, obviously it's a living creature, they all have different personalities. They're like, they all have such personalities. Like it's crazy. Like they are all individually so different. And like, even if they all looked identical, which you might look at them and say they look identical, but I can very clearly see the different markings and tell which one is which. Even if they did look absolutely 100% identical, I'd be able to tell them apart by their personalities, like in a split second. I could even honestly probably tell them apart by how they peck at my hand, like the feeling of their beak when they peck at my hand, because they all do it differently. Like that's how different they are, and that's how well I know these chicks. It's been a lot of fun. I'm having a blast with them. Yeah, I hope that they're all chicks. I hope none of them are roosters, and I don't foresee us getting more chicks in the future just because this is already so much work. And I know people get like tons and tons and tons of chickens and chicks, but each chick and each chicken, like once they become full grown, needs a certain amount of space in the coop, and like I don't want my entire backyard to be a chicken coop, and already our chicken coop is gonna have to be bigger. So yeah, I don't foresee us getting more than this, but it's been fun and I'm excited to see what happens, and I'm going to miss them so much when I go on tour because I already have to miss my babies, my actual human babies, and now I'm gonna have to miss these babies too, and they're falling asleep right now and it's really cute. You guys are so cute. Maisie's wearing an Elmo outfit today. Wes is gonna be wearing one in a second too. But the way Wes says Elmo is real cute.
What's that? What's that?
It's Elmo.
Is it Elmo? Great news, guys. There's new episodes of Gabby's Dollhouse. Very exciting stuff. So, what'd you find? A car. What's that? It's a car. A car? The other day in a vlog, I had said that the babies don't have their own language like how Flynn did, but that's actually not true. They kind of do. Wesley says uh-oh a lot. He goes uh-oh, 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 and it usually means, hey, get me that. I can't reach it. Like he says it when he drops things, but he also, if he sees something he wants but he can't get it, he'll say uh-oh, 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 and like look at you like, hello, get me that. He also says thank you while he hands you something if he wants you to do something with it. So he'll hand you a book and go, thank you, and that means read me this book, or he'll hand you a toy that he can't get open, and he'll be like, thank you, and hand it to you because he wants you to open it. I usually sing like the Five Little Ducks song if I have a duck. If he were to hand me this and say thank you, I know it means he wants me to sing the Five Little Ducks song. He also says annyeong. It sounds like he's saying annyeong, which is Korean for hello, if I'm not mistaken, but it means all done. He goes annyeong, annyeong. It means all done. So he's saying uh-oh because he sees something he wants. And Maisie says yeah, 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 yeah. So if she wants to watch the Elmo song, she says yeah, 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 yeah. And that means hello, let me watch the la 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 Elmo song. Huh, Wesley? What's this?
A duck.
A duck! Oh, cuddles. Maisie can count to 3, which I'm like, which is crazy to me. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's right. Yay! Good job.
Quack, 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 quack. Quack, 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 quack. Quack, 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 quack. Quack, 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 quack. Quack, 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 quack. Quack, quack, quack. Quack, quack, quack. Quack, 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 quack.
Oh, she's singing Gabby's Dollhouse now. She's too busy. Is it Gabby Cat? Oh, so insane. Okay, I decided to ask on TikTok for Tortilla Talk questions tonight, which I've never done, but I felt crazy. So I'm gonna read some of them to you. Madison said, "Hi Colleen, I love you and your fam so much. Thank you. What do you miss about the old house? Do you miss having a pool for the kids?" I miss a lot about the old house. I miss my old kitchen a lot. I miss just like, I don't know, that house was just like, I had so many memories there and I've yet to make like lots of long lasting memories here yet. I mean, we're already making tons, but like, I don't know, it's just like a vibe, a feeling I got at that house. This house is so different than that house was. But yeah, I miss the kitchen. Do I miss having a pool? No, I don't. Pools terrify me with children. So even though we had a gate around that pool that we like spent the most to make sure that it was like the most insane, intense pool gate fence structure ever, I still was nervous that there was a big body of water outside our home. So I actually, like most places we looked at when we were house hunting, like if they didn't have pools, everyone was like, oh, well, you can build a pool, you can put in a pool. But I was just like, oh, thank God there's no pool. Because obviously like Flynn has been in swim lessons, but the babies don't know how to swim yet. We're gonna get them in swim lessons very soon. But even with that, like even with babies in swim lessons and kids with swim lessons, it still just freaks me out. Like water and babies just, it scares me. So I'm actually very grateful that we don't have a pool. Maybe someday we'll want one, but like I never had a pool growing up and I never even thought about the possibility of having a pool. I was fine without it. So I don't think we'll ever get one, but maybe we will, but I don't know. BXNNY Boys said, what do you think childhood you would be the most proud of looking at your previous accomplishments? I think that childhood me would probably be most impressed with the fact that I did a Broadway show because that was my dream. That was always the goal for me and what I always wanted to do, but never thought I could accomplish it. So like the fact that I did that, I think would have been the childhood me's biggest, like, whoa, are you kidding? Because also childhood me, I didn't have the internet. And so I wouldn't be impressed by the internet stuff, and like Netflix didn't exist. So I wouldn't have known or cared about that or anything. Like I might be impressed by writing books, but like, I think my biggest, oh, and children, like I'd be very, oh my God, and twins, get out of town. My childhood me would have lost my mind over the fact that I had twins and I had 3 kids. Like I never would have thought that would happen. But I think Broadway would have been a career accomplishment that I would have been very impressed by. M26513 says, I love you, Colleen. You're an incredible human being. Thank you. So are you, M26513. Any more ghost experiences in the new house? Yes. Oh my God, I did not even know you were there.
What a cue.
What are the chances that that just happened? That freaked me out because
I was possessed.
I literally did not see you
here.
walk in. That scared me. He just like appeared. But that's what happens in this house. No joke. Like you'll just be in a room or like walking down a hall and you'll see someone or something like out of just like right barely in your peripheral vision, and it'll just be like, whoop, and it's gone. Like it's
Twice a day.
Oh, all the time. It happens all the time. I've heard people talking in this house.
Yes.
You
Yes.
have too? All the
Yes.
time. I hear people talking. I hear sounds all the time. All the time. I see things out of the corner of my eye all the time. But I've never felt scared. I've always just been like, oh, someone there? Oh, interesting.
I think they
And
feel
like,
bad for us.
yeah, I'm kind of just like, oh, interesting.
They're
And
like,
then
oh,
I
they're
kind of move on.
tired.
Yeah. Reese said, can you give us any hints to any secret projects coming up? I don't know. I don't want to talk about anything because I'm afraid I'm going to jinx it and nothing's ever going to happen. But so I probably can't say anything. But sorry, guys. I can't say anything. But hopefully someday I can say something soon.
There's 2 things.
2 things that we hope are happening. Okay, Hello CMB said, what sort of things did you not include in the birth vlogs? A lot, but like a lot. It's a long process to do birthing things. But with Flynn, I would say I didn't show how painful contractions were. I didn't show any of the pain really. I tried to just keep that really happy and silly. And so whenever I was being filmed, I feel like I was trying my hardest to like be entertaining. And I actually really liked my birth experience with Flynn. I thought it was top notch. It was great. But so I didn't show painful contractions. And with the twins, as much as we talked about how scary it was, we really did not show how scary it was. It was really scary. And I'm not trying to scare anyone because birth can be so awesome and birth is wonderful and can be so great and can go so smoothly and can be fabulous. I never tell my birth stories to scare anybody at all, but all is well and everything's fine. And now you guys see my babies. And so like, I'm not trying to scare anyone, but like, we didn't really show how scary that was. This is a good question, Lovey. Elaine wants to know, what's the hardest part about having twins? It's Elaine said she's expecting twins and already has a 1-year-old. We were in the same boat. We had a almost 3-year-old. The hardest part about having twins, I mean, obviously for us it was the NICU experience. That was very hard and challenging. But I think the hardest thing in general about having twin babies, for me personally, is that nobody understands unless they have literally lived it. That's why I feel very connected to and bonded to anyone who has baby twins, or anyone who has twins in general, even adult twins. I'm like, oh my God, I want to talk to this mother, I want to talk to this father. Like anyone who has twins, I'm like, feel connected to, because you cannot, there's no words to explain the experience of having multiples unless you have multiples. Like there's a lot of times where like we're talking about the challenges of twins with another parent and they say like, oh yeah, I know exactly what that's like because I have a baby at home, or when I had a baby. It's everyone's experience is different having children and having babies, whether it's 1, 2, 3, 100, I don't know. Everyone's different and everyone has their own challenges that they face. But for me, I feel like having twins has its own set of challenges and rewards and benefits and terrifying moments and hard moments. Find other twin mamas, connect with those people. It's really helpful just to know someone else has experienced the same thing you're experienced. It really is great. It's like, it's the coolest. Like it's the coolest ever having twins. But it's hard. I can't tell you what's the hardest part because everyone is different. So like our kids are going to be so different than how your kids are, you know? I don't know. There's a lot of challenges with twins, but it's also wonderful. You're going to do great. And I think you're a superhero. You got this. Are you going to Eras Tour? Yes, I just don't know when yet. I have to get my schedule for the rest of the year, whether that be new tour dates or other projects that I'm hoping happen. I don't know what my schedule is for the rest of the year, so I need to figure that out before I can get tickets to a show. And I'm going to answer one more. What kind of haircut or hairstyle do you want to get next? I really want to chop all my hair off, but I'm actually kind of, you guys, I'm going to say it, I'm living for this hair right now because Taylor Swift has this hair. And someone commented on my vlog today, like, oh my gosh, your hair is giving like Taylor Swift Eras Tour vibes right now. And I was like, that's like the nicest thing anyone's ever said to me, that I have the same hair as Taylor Swift. But I do really want to chop it all off. Like I want it like short, but I don't want it short with the bangs. So I want to let the bangs grow a little bit, but I am kind of enjoying the bangs, guys. Like I feel like this is the first time I've ever had bangs where like I'm kind of digging it. Like I feel like every time I've ever cut my own bangs in the past and had them, I've like hated them immediately and wished I didn't do it. And this is the first time where I kind of am like, you know, there's days obviously I'm like, ugh, but for the most part I feel like I'm like, I kind of am into the bangs. I do think my hair's getting a little too long. I want to cut it, but I eventually want to like, I want to chop this mofo off. So, okay, I'm gonna go. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Leave comments. Tomorrow I'll get actual comments from the vlog and not from TikTok, but that was fun to do. See you tomorrow.